Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. I thank all of you for joining the call today and chanting with all of us. We'll move on to the next part of the session, which will be Caitanya Bhagavata class. The class will be given by His Grace Rāmagiridhāri Prabhu. May I know who all have joined the class today?
Hare Krishna, Dharshini Mataji. Very happy to have your darshan. This is Preeti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta. Thank you for your warm welcome.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. I'm very grateful to you for letting me serve Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashomati Priya Devidasi from Cincinnati. And very nice, beautiful chanting Mataji, Priti Vilasini Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Yashomati Priya Mataji. Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for joining the call every day so regularly and giving your association to us, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, nice to see you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dharshini Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjri Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjiri, Leela Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. Thank you so much for joining the call and giving your association to us today, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada celebrity Ajay Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for joining the call every day and giving your association to us, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dharshini Mataji. Dandavat pranams to you and all the devotees here. Jai Srila Prabhupada and Jai Preeti Vilasini Mataji is very nice chanting and very quick chanting. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you for your blessings, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Sumi Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for joining the call every day and giving your association to us, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Flavia from Georgia.
Hare Krishna, Flavia Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for joining the call every day and giving your association to us, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dharshini Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to your services. Thank you so much for joining the call and giving your association to us, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirtida Sundari Dasi.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for joining the call today and giving your association to us, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavat Pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances. I welcome all of you to Bhakti Sanga Japa Conference call, mid-morning session on Sri Caitanya Bhagavat. I thank all of you for joining the call today. I would like to start off with Srila Prabhupada's quote, 12th March. Simply by changing dress, one does not improve unless he seriously takes the principles of devotional service. But in Kali Yuga, they'll think, because I have changed my dress, I have become a big sannyasi. You see, because I have got a sacred thread, now I am a Brahmana. No, there must be a regular training. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I welcome all of you to Bhakti Sanga Japa Conference call. Thank you so much for joining the call and giving your association to us today. Today's class will be on Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya khanda, chapter 9, verses 39 to 49. And the class will be given by His Grace Rāmagiridhāri Prabhu. Prabhuji is not there.
Yes, Mataji, I'm checking on him.
Okay.
Yeah, he has actually responded. I think he'll be here in a minute. Oh, I forgot to tell him the change of time might not be aware. Let me call him. Prabhu will be here in 5 minutes. He's just entering the house. So from the parking lot, so it'll take him 5 minutes. We can chant till then, if anyone wants to chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Advaita
Hare
Gadadhar
Hare,
Srila
Hare
Prabhupada
Ram, Hare
Bhagavad
Ram,
Gita
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Chaitanya
Ram Hare
Prabhu
Ram, Ram Ram
Nityananda
Hare
Shri
Hare,
Advaita
Hare
Gadadhara
Krishna, Hare
Shri
Krishna, Krishna
Vasadi
Krishna,
Gaura
Hare Hare,
Bhakta
Hare Ram Hare
Vrinda
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
You can take
Hare
over,
Krishna, Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Krishna Hare Krishna.
Let's start.
Yes, Prabhu, the recording is on.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. So, first of all, please excuse me that I kind of got spaced out to not register that there is a daylight savings time changed. So, thanks to Dharshini Mataji who reminded me.
Sorry for not reminding you earlier. It was I should have done it one day before. So sorry for that.
So we are going to discuss from Madhya khanda, chapter 9, the Lord's 21-hour ecstasy and descriptions of Sridhara and other devotees' characteristics. So we are going to read from shloka number 39 through 49. Shrivasera dasa dasi gane ane jalam Prabhu snana kare bhakta seva raye phalam. The servants and maid servants of Srivasa brought water and also bathed the Lord. This is the result of serving the devotees. Jalane eka bhagyavati dukhi nama apane takura deki bale ananam. One most fortunate maid servant named Dukhi brought water for the Lord, who encouraged her by saying, "Bring, bring." Apane takura tara bhakti yoga dekhi Dukhi nama guchaiya tu hilena sukhi. On seeing her devotional service, the Lord changed her name from Dukhi to Sukhi. Dukhi means one who is unhappy and Sukhi means one who is happy. Nana Veda mantra padi sarva bhakta ghanam snana kariya anga karila marjana. All the devotees bathed the Lord while chanting various Vedic mantras and they dried his body. Paridhana karaila anutana vasanam Shriyangele pila divya sugandhi chandanam. Thereafter, they dressed him in new clothes and applied fragrant sandalwood paste on his transcendental body. Vishnu kata patilena upaskara kari vasilena prabhu nija kathara upari. They cleaned Vishnu's throne and the Lord then sat down on it. Text 45. Chatra dhari lena shire nityananda raya kona bhagyavantarahi chamara dulaya. Lord Nityananda held an umbrella over the Lord's head and some fortunate soul fanned him with the chamara. 46. Pujara samagari lai sarva bhakta ganam pujite lagila nija prabhura charanam. Then all the devotees began to offer various items of worship at the lotus feet of their Lord. Text 47. Padya argya achamani gandha pushpa dhupa pradhipa naivedya vastrayata anurupa. They offered water for washing the feet, auspicious ingredients to the hand, water for washing the mouth, sandalwood paste, flowers, incense, lamps, foodstuffs, and clothes. Yajna sutra yata shakti vastra alankaram pujilena kariya shodasha upachara. According to their capacity, they offered Brahmana thread, clothes, and ornaments. In this way, they worshipped the Lord with 16 ingredients. Text 49. Chandane kariya lipta tulasi manjari punah vena sabe charana upari. The devotees dipped tulasi manjaris in sandalwood paste and repeatedly offered them at the lotus feet of the Lord. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakayam Chakshurun Militam Yenam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are still in Srivas Angan, where the Lord is performing his confidential pastimes. He is having his private time with his dearest of devotees. And when they are having their private, wonderful, transcendental time, the Lord is actually preparing his team for the mission ahead. Typically, it is said, a leader or a person who is a visionary, whilst his vision is pretty important for him, to fulfill the vision, a right team is required, a right ethos is required, and right amount of preparations and classifications of what to be done, what not to be done is to be defined. We typically call in corporate language as SOPs. And they need to be led by the leader. So the Lord, whenever he performs such missionary tasks, no one can, come closer to the way the Lord executes his strategy. So this Srivas Angan Kirtan, or the moment the Lord is spending time in Srivas Angan, is a very special preparation period for a global dhamaka, or a global, what we call as explosion of this Sankirtan movement. You will see this trend in all the Vaishnava acharyas as well as in contemporary, authorities. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj spent 10 long years in preparation. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada spent quality time in Vrindavan in preparation. You will see that how the spiritual authorities in the past, whether it was Ramanujacharya, whether it was Madhvacharya, they all had time, they had dedicated for preparation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's preaching missions preparation was done in phases. First, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got himself ready. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got his team assembled. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got his team ready. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is then giving them a very high standard of experience of what they are going to give to everyone else, so that what they are giving, these team members have already enjoyed and experienced this 21 hours of ecstasy. This ecstasy is needed to be given now because they are surcharged. They are prepared enough to go out and give ecstasy to others. If I have not enjoyed the ecstasy, if I have not experienced the ecstasy, I will not be able to pass on the ecstasy to others as much as I am supposed to be. And finally, then the Lord is going out to preach. So typically, in a journey of progressing in Krishna consciousness, one need to understand that the knowledge is not alone going to be enough for somebody to preach. So one need to learn to, number one, learn from the experience of the experienced devotees. Number two, learn from the experience of self-application. Number three, definitely learn from the bona fide scriptures through a bona fide process. And number four, that they get to learn by the way of asking relevant questions and preparing oneself for a missionary mode, and eventually they also learn as they preach. So when we preach, that time also is learning, but preaching comes as a fifth agenda item. First agenda item is about self-introspection, self-analysis, self-questioning, learning from others' experience, learning from self-application and experiencing, learning from scriptures. And the Lord is giving all these things. He's in the entire packaged program up till now. From the time he met Ishwarapuri up till now, all the Lord was doing is he's trying to prepare for a Sankirtan explosion. So in our Sankirtan mission, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj encourages a similar approach. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's, recommendation for all his, followers is about how one should be ready to be a qualified, exemplary preacher. So the context that we are inside Srivas Angan, and the leelas that are happening are definitely transcendental. The leelas that they are, the exchanges that are happening are meant to develop a very strong bonding. Srila Prabhupada had invested his time in his special, close, important students so that they can spread the Sankirtan mission that he inaugurated very systematically. Even to an extent, we see our current, leaders in our movement. If you see their way, their preaching strategies are, they're very scientific. Each and every one of them have adopted different strategy, but the strategy's core sutra is Acharana, Anubhava, Prachar. I will perform some Acharana, self-practice, self-experience. Then I am sent out to preach. If I am not self-experienced, there will be challenges. So, in our current context, we are going to learn 3 sets of reflections. And with those reflections, we will try to take home some lessons for ourselves. The first set of lesson is about this context itself. And from this context, we need to know that how in our devotional journey, especially those who are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, especially those who are practitioners of Krishna consciousness, we are just not supposed to be just the enjoyer of the results of our authorities. Rather, we are supposed to be participating as a contributor for the ongoing mission of the Sankirtan movement. It's a very important, subtle, as well as a very responsible statement that I'm making, where we trying to be an enjoyer of the results of our acharyas is not wrong. It's glorious. But apart from enjoying the results by which we will ourselves be able to transform our lives, which is good, which is definitely expected of us. But we are not supposed to end there and be complacent there, or somewhere or other let loose ourselves there, or become overconfident over there, saying that I am already a clean, pure devotee. The entire initiative of getting us into the groove is we are supposed to contribute for the mission forward. We are supposed to contribute as much as we can, as much as we are blessed with whatever intelligence that we are blessed with. The famous example of squirrel versus Hanuman in Ramayana is a very ideal example here, that the quantity of the service is not measured, wherein the intention and the quality of service rendered is measured. So my first reflection is about a set of 5 postulates or set of 5 lessons as we are, being part of the Sankirtan mission. Because I see this Sriva Sangam, this nocturnal Kirtan, in the last session itself I mentioned, there are a lot of esoteric things also happened there. There are a lot of transcendental, some above the horizon, very special things, happened there, which I may not be able to comprehend as profound as it's supposed to be. But I will be able to explain some things to relate to a sadhaka like me, so that we are somehow or other able to march towards that destination. So my first reflection is how this preparatory phase, how this phase of Sriva Sangam helped. So what way by which we can emulate certain quotient from there in our own personal lives. This may not be a direct one-on-one mapping to the episodes happening there, but these are all some reflections as I think about such preparatory phases in our Sankirtan mission. In my growing days in Krishna consciousness, our leaders have invested their time in me for me to be, number 1, a responsible practitioner, and number 2, to make sure that this mission continues. So the 5 postulates or the 5 principles as an important member of the Sankirtan mission, I personally feel all the experiences, because what experience Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave in Sriva Sangam. He brought Srivas Thakur's son alive. He made Dukhi to be Sukhi. He gave special darshan, which otherwise nobody could see. Nobody could see in this world. He showed his, special Shadbhuja form. He showed transcendental ecstasy. He had expressed his heart out. All those things that are happened there for a purpose. It is not a show-off agenda, rather than it is a preparatory agenda. And as the preparation, if I can map it to my sadhaka level, I would like to mention these 5 points. So these are my first set of reflections. Number 1, postulate or the principle that as a member of the Sankirtan movement, who is given an experience of this transcendental ecstasy. If you turn on to Mayapur TV now with Kirtan Mela and Sravan Utsav, then Sadhu Sangha, we are part of so many Vaishnava loving exchanges in which there are so much of investment done upon us, on us, for us to become devotees, which is glorious, and so thankful to all those devotees. But they are not just meant for us to limit ourselves there. So the first principle that I would like to mention as a responsible practitioner, as a responsible benefactor that I am supposed to be, accountable and answerable to my services and my existence in Krishna consciousness. I'm supposed to be accountable because Srivas Thakur, the way he conducted himself in Shiva Sangam, why he did not report about his son's death? Because he was making sure that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's agenda should not be hampered. His son died. He controlled his, tears. He controlled his sorrow. He controlled his, emotions, so that Mahaprabhu's emotions, Mahaprabhu's, project is never hampered. So everything that has been done in Srivas Thakur's house was so meticulously done. Srivas Thakur, eventually became a very strategic player. So Srivas Sangam is a very strategic spot for the entire Sankirtan mission. There are few strategic spots which we should never forget. Which are very strategic, and every time we, travel into this dham, we should take inspiration from. Those strategic places have got historical connect. Number one is Advaitacharya's house. What is the strategy there? Srila Prabhupada, before he went on to USA, before he started to, plan any of the projects, he spent several weeks, several weekends, several hours in Srivas, Advaitacharya's house, crying and praying for us. Radha Damodar temple, where Srila Prabhupada's room, is a very strategic place for us, because that is the place where our Srimad Bhagavatam Bhaktivedanta purports, they evolved. Krishna revealed Bhaktivedanta purports to Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Tompkins Square Park in New York. It's a very strategic place, because the Sankirtan mission manifested to the whole world in a manner that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted happened over there. And Shiva Sangam, for sure, for us to connect back to the mood of the parampara. That's where the entire Sankirtan mission started. Like that, there are different hot spots where we should go and draw inspiration. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's meeting with Srila Prabhupada in Prayagraj. By Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada's meeting with Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Like that, there are special places. We should remember the Lord has arranged these moments to happen so that the Sankirtan mission can very happily, enthusiastically, successfully, continuously go on for several years. And that blessings was given to Srila Prabhupada to fulfill them, because Srila Prabhupada believed in. Srila Prabhupada had a very strong conviction in the words of Gauranga Mahaprabhu and his Guru Maharaj. So the first one principle is that as a practitioner, as a benefactor, I personally need to be making sure that all my activities are accountable and answerable. Number two, where a person who is part of this Sankirtan mission, they are supposed to make their choices prudently, because our choices decide how much we have understood and assimilated. We may have philosophical conviction, but if the philosophical conviction are not translating into our decisions, or philosophical convictions are not translated into actions, if our philosophical convictions are not translated into our deeper intention to participate, then it is really unfortunate. Whilst it is fortunate that at least we had some philosophical conviction, but we need to translate them into actions. That is why this whole 10 shlokas, they are talking about how different people performed services meticulously. In the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association, especially after Mahaprabhu started the Sankirtan mission, you will see there are importance to three things have been given very much. Number one, chanting. Number two, Vaishnava relationships. Number three, services. So these three are our ethos. You can't do anything without chanting. You can't do anything without Vaishnava relationship. And you can't do anything without meticulously planning, executing, and sustaining a devotional service happily and enthusiastically. So the second principle that is to be associated with a practicing devotee is about the choices one make, especially as devotees. When we are in a responsible shoes, our choices will influence our future generations. So the way we conduct ourselves, the way we talk, the way we perform our actions should resonate our convictions. There can be plus minus 10% or 5%, there can be tolerance here and there, but you cannot overdo beyond your conviction. You are not expected to underperform than beyond our conviction. So this is number 2 principles that one need to definitely watch out for in our preaching mission. And number 3 is about the aspect that time and again is spoken in different forum, is about the company that we choose. The company that we choose in terms of Mahaprabhu, he made sure who should attend, who should be part of the Sriva Sangam camp. He handpicked them. Last class also I mentioned. He personally handpicked them. And he is not only going to handpick them, he is going to talk about each and every one of them, their profile, so that others equally respect them. So one is Mahaprabhu recognized individuals, and he made sure each individuals recognize each other. Kolavecha Sridhara is going to glorify him. Kolavecha Sridhara's contribution. He already glorified Advaitacharya. He already glorified Nityananda Prabhu. He is glorifying Srivas Thakur. There is separately he has glorified Gadadhara Pandit, and Gadadhara Pandit has equally got attached to Mahaprabhu's mission. So things are so scientific. It is just not some emotional mela there. It's a properly planned strategic planning meeting, strategic planning gathering happening for a very large Sankirtan explosion, which was going to start then and still going on and will go on for the next 10,000 years. Jayapataka Maharaj, a long time back, he mentioned a very interesting story. So he mentioned about the story of Abhiram Thakur. So he said Abhiram Thakur is one of the companions, associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Sankirtan mission. And Abhiram Thakur's job or responsibility and duty was, Abhiram Thakur in his room, he has a office room where he has got a map of the entire Bengal with census data of every village, how many men, how many women are living there, along with the census that how many are practicing devotees, how many are borderline devotees, how many are not taken Krishna consciousness. And he regularly interact with all the preachers. These are all something that is after Mahaprabhu started, but I just want to say this, that how Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission is just not an emotional extravaganza. It is definitely a scientific, strategic, and an important preaching mission, which is done with proper meticulous planning. So we cannot just participate in a haphazard manner. I mean, what if we do that? Nothing will happen. But I'm saying we really want to contribute in a very strategic way, in a very resourceful way, very impactful way. Then better we understand this science underneath them. So from that perspective, Mahaprabhu he chose Abhiram Thakur, and there's a background story. What happened was when Mahaprabhu was assembling his team, he got Balaram, he got Narada Muni, he got Sadashiv, he got Hanuman, he got so many people. He was asking, he was figuring out. He says, "Hey, where is Sridhama?" Because Sridhama in Krishna Lila was a Priya Saka. He's a very, very special devotee. he had a very special heart for Krishna, very, deeply attached to Krishna. So when Akrura was taking Krishna to Mathura, on the way, where every day Krishna and all the cowherd boys used to meet, Sridama was waiting. Sridama was waiting, thinking that Krishna was going to come on that day. He was not aware about whatever that was happening, and Krishna was leaving to Mathura. So usually these boys meet in a particular time. They all used to sit together and eat somewhere in Bandirvan, that side. So when Krishna was leaving to Mathura, so he saw Sridama, and Sridama said, "Hey, Krishna, where are you going?" As usual, Krishna told, as he said to the other gopis, he said, "I'm just going for an important agenda. I'll come back soon. We will have lunch together, or we'll have food together." So it is explained that Sridama was waiting for Krishna, and he wouldn't leave that place till he saw Krishna. He was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, to an extent that entire Dwapara Yuga got over and Kali Yuga started, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, and he said to Nityananda Prabhu, "Please go to Vrindavan and search for Sridama." So Sridama was, hiding himself in one of the caves in Govardhan, crying and remembering Krishna's pastimes and all the childhood pastimes that they have been, enjoying. So Nityananda Prabhu, as he was Balaram, so straight away went there to all the places where they all used to play, and finally found Sridama was sitting inside the cave crying. So Nityananda Prabhu went and said, "Hey Sridam, what are you doing here? Come out." So Sridama couldn't believe that who this guy is. How did he know that I am Sridama, and how, he found me in this cave? The Nityananda Prabhu said that, "Don't you recognize me? I am Balaram." Sridam couldn't believe, because, Balaram was different. Balaram had a different beauty. I mean, I'm sure Nityananda Prabhu's beauty is equally glorious. But he says, you don't look like Balaram. He said, "No, I am Balaram. Do you know what? Krishna has also come. We have come here for a specific mission. Kana is asking you to come and join our mission." As soon as Sridama heard Krishna's name, he got mad. He said, "Oh, really, Krishna is there? Let's go." But he started doubting that, "Are you even pranking with me? Who are you? I'm still not able to come to my terms." So Nityananda Prabhu, as it used to be, when Krishna and Balaram were in, Vrindavan, they used to come circumambulate Giriraj in a very short time. So Nityananda Prabhu did that and showed to Sridama and said, "You see, I am Balaram. I have been here to somehow find you and take you to, Krishna." So Sridama was very excited and wanted to go. And when he came out of the cave, he was like a huge, tall personality, because in Dwapara Yuga, people had a different bodily, structure. So Nityananda Prabhu had to keep his hand on Sridama's head and made him like a person, of Kali Yuga. And he transformed him as Abhiram Thakur. Jayapataka Maharaj was mentioning, he said that this Abhiram Thakur, who was Sridama, his main agenda was strategically collect the census, prepare MIS reports, and make sure that he kind of move people from different locations, from one location to another location, to third location, to fourth location, where this village is nicely chanting. This village is not chanting properly. So he will send some preachers from here to there. So he used to personally assist. And Maharaj is mentioning that every day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to ask for a report, and Sridama would give. So to put the whole thing into the context, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to do this preaching in a very systematic manner. So hence the company that we choose. There are three to four classifications. Number one, whom should we associate and learn and serve? Whom should we share our heart and exchange our thoughts? Whom should we preach? Whom should we stay away from? And where we are supposed to have some transactional, engagement. So we should learn to be classified in our company. So accountable and answerable. Number two, it is important for us to know how and what kind of choices we make, which translates into action. And number three, it is about how we choose our company. Company to associate and serve, company to make sure that we have exchanges, and company to make sure that we can preach and we stay away from, and also just have transactional. To explain this, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing a wonderful essay in a book called Bhaktya Loka. It's an essay on the first, second and third verse of Upadeshamrita. The fourth principle is about the point of how in our devotional journey, in our Krishna conscious journey, that the point that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj repeatedly, mentions in our preaching mission, that one need to learn to have self-practice and then, preach. So the character development. So one needs to structure. This point is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he is going to speak to Kolavecha Sridhar, he is going to insist on this particular point. He is saying to Kolavecha Sridhara that, my dear Sridhara, I am very much pleased with you. I am very much, happy with you. I am very much, indebted to you because you have been looking after me very, very nicely. Even though he was poor, Kolavecha Sridhara used to, personally have a very special feelings for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is a beautiful lecture Jayapataka Maharaj speaks about the loving exchanges between Kolavecha Sridhar and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's a beautiful lecture that he gives. That he says that exchanges where Mahaprabhu is telling Sridhara, my dear Sridhara, I am so pleased with you, ask me something for you. So Kolavecha Sridhar said, my dear Mahaprabhu, I don't need anything from you. So Mahaprabhu says, no, but I would like to give you something. Please accept something from me. Kolavecha Sridhar said, no, Mahaprabhu, I'm already very much satisfied. I don't need anything from you. But Mahaprabhu would further insist, no, you should definitely take something from me. You have to accept my love. By social status, by economical status, Kolavecha Sridhar was not very wealthy. But he asked for a very important benediction. He says, my dear Mahaprabhu, please bestow me with the benediction. You bestow me with the benediction that the opportunity for me to serve you with giving these bananas every day. Because what used to happen is, Kolavecha Sridhara, every day, before he goes out to sell his bananas to everywhere else, he used to first go to, Mahaprabhu's house and give their first offering to him. Life after life, give me this opportunity to serve you. So Mahaprabhu is giving a very tight hug to Sridhara and said, from now on, I am yours. So this Dukhi and Sukhi transformation also, when Dukhi was given a name of Sukhi, Mahaprabhu says that because you have done so wonderful service, I am admiring with your service attitude. I'm admiring with your, a quality of humility to serve. You will become Sukhi And you will never ever have, you'll never ever have any, there's no shortfall of Aishwarya in your life. This is not only to Sukhi, anyone who is performing devotional service to the Lord are blessed with that. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Madir Mama. Shri Vijaya Niti and power. All these four. Shri means wealth, Vijaya means victory, Niti means morality, and power is always available to those who are associating with the Lord and his devotees. So whether it is Sridhara, whether it was Sukhi, Dukhi becomes Sukhi, or anyone who is performing, a wonderful devotional service. So the idea is that the fourth principle that is associated with that is how I'm, listing character development as a separate item, because even all the other points are also associated with that. But one needs to carefully structure in terms of his personal conduct, his personal character in terms of how he is responding to different situations. So it is important that one need to, make sure that in his life he is able to build an exemplary character. Because Mahaprabhu, in his Sankirtan mission, he was very keen on that. And in later, we have already discussed that in Chaitanya Charitamrita about Chota Haridas pastime. So Mahaprabhu was very strict in his, in his conduct, in his disciples, in his followers' conduct. And that is why we always use the word called honorable living. Honorable living means one should learn to, live under the framework of principles of Krishna consciousness and not to worry about award or reward. If you just simply perform devotional service, then you are definitely rewarded as Mahaprabhu rewarded to so many people. As he rewarded to Sridhara, as he rewarded to Dukhi, as he rewarded to Srivas Thakur by bringing his son back, as the Supreme Lord is, giving to so many people in so many ways. So the fourth principle is about character development, which is definitely associated with, one's own personal practices and carefully structuring our character and how we respond ourselves to different situations. The fifth principle and the last of the first reflection is about how in our in our function we need to. Prabhupada exhibited this, that we are just the puppets in Krishna's hands. We should know the entire control, that we are not just the controller, we are the servants, we are being controlled. Rake Krishna Mare Ke, Mare Krishna Rake Ke. We are just puppets in the hands of the Supreme Lord. And even when we are performing greater services, we should have the feeling of that servant leader. The word servant leader just coined in Bhakti Vriksha preaching program here, fits in very well, where we are always eternally, which means I am ready to give the success, the credit to my superiors and always be allowed to be tweaked. So that is why, we are ready to be tweaked or ready to be, danced, puppets, like a puppets. So the reason this point is highlighted here in this context is that when Mahaprabhu is preparing, Mahaprabhu is ensuring that the way we are going to preach, the way we are going to reach out to every audience, the way we are going to knock at everybody's doors, the way we are going to present Krishna consciousness to everyone is not by that, no, I got that empowerment from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, take it. It's not in that spirit. It is the spirit of absolute, complete, service attitude as a servant, as a person who is as a performing a menial service. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu to go door to door, Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu is going. When they knock at the door, they used to, bow down and plead devotees to take up Krishna consciousness. So when we are preaching, when we are giving Krishna consciousness, it is not about a broad-chested, firm back. It is about bowing down and how humble are we. So these 5 principles, which I personally feel are associated with our preparation for being part of the Sankirtan mission. There can be 50 more principles, but from this context, I wanted to just highlight these because this nocturnal program, this entire secret Sankirtan mission, this 21 hours of ecstasy that Mahaprabhu is exhibiting here is part of the entire strategic planning. So accountable and answerable, the choices for translating our thoughts into action. So we need to make sure that we make right choices. And when I say right choices, it is about right choice of words, right choice of food, right choice of futuristic decision, right choice of job, right choice of companion, right choice of everything that we do in our Krishna consciousness, because Krishna consciousness is no more part of life. Krishna consciousness is a way of life. And the third is, whilst I made choice as a line item, I'm highlighting separately a line item of the company. That is also choices, but then company influence our choices and the choice influence the company. So company where I will go and learn, where I will go and share, where I will go and teach, where I will stay away from, and where I will just do transactions. And the fourth thing is how I am letting my character to be shaped. I am very much focused on character building, where I am making sure that how I respond to different situations, how I conduct myself in different situations, the way the principles are governing my life, my self practices and my self application governs my functioning in the missionary mode. And last but not least, that how are we as a missionary, how are we prepared to make sure that we are a servant leader. We are just operating on the mode of being the servant and give credit to the entire parampara. So this is my first reflection. The second reflection, I will take just 5-7 more minutes. I will not be able to explain all the other points that I have made, but at least I want to at least logically present my points. So the second reflection with respect to this current context is the way this entire exhibit of love and affection between the Supreme Lord and his dear associates. We are sometimes in Kali Yuga, especially those who are from Bharat Bhumi, those who have got the influence of Mayavada and different types of different schools of thoughts. We have some colored understanding about the Lord, the deity worship standards, and the way the whole procedure, upachara, happens. Because I come from a Orthodox Brahmin Smarta upbringing. So after coming in contact with Krishna consciousness, the entire perspective towards deity worship, entire perspective towards worship, entire perspective towards the process of bhakti, there's a paradigm shift. By being born in a Smarta family, we have some advantages, but lot more thing to refine, lot more thing to revisit and repair. Because here in a non-bhakti movement, a person who is not influenced by the school of bhakti, thoughts from our Vaishnava acharyas, they will be giving importance to procedures. They are stuck procedurally. They are stuck with respect to doing things for the sake of it, just as a procedure. And if you don't do it, it's becoming a big scene. So they all give importance to the externals. But Mahaprabhu and his devotees' loving exchanges and the upachara and the mood in Vaishnava, Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, which is influenced by Narada Pancharatra Vidhi. Because when Srila Prabhupada introduced us to deity worship standards, Srila Prabhupada introduced that standard, which is a Lakshmi Narayana worship standard. which is very much personal, seeing the Lord as a person, seeing the Lord as the supreme, seeing Lord as our family member, seeing Lord as our companion, seeing Lord. So it is not some vastu or some formality or something which is eventually going to vanish. It is not of those types. You will see, Smartas and Mayavadis, they also do upachara. You will see if you go to, Sri Vaishnava temple, if you go and see our Gaudiya Vaishnava proper deity worship standard programs, you will see the upachara have got personalism, have got personal touch. In Upanayana Samskara, after Upanayana Samskara is done, we are taught to perform Surya Namaskar 3 times a day. I had got the blessings of, my elders and got my Upanayana Samskara at the age of 7. I joined ISKCON when I was around 11 or 12 years. So I used to regularly do the, 3 times Sandhya Vandan. But when I reflect back, I was doing it as more as a procedure than as a as a part of refinement in my character development. Here, when you perform devotional service and puja, the way it is taught, the way it is supposed to be done. I'm not saying how it is being done. The way it is supposed to be done is the Lord is a person. The Lord will be hungry. Recently, one Radhagovind Maharaj's senior disciple, Maharaj, who came here, we had a series of deity welcoming ceremony. So Maharaj personally said that the deities in our house or the Supreme Lord who have come to your house, they are your family. They are part of your family and they wish to be treated like a family, but making sure that you don't treat them, you don't, become too familiar with them and ignore their needs or not become too formal with them. So he was mentioning that how the Lord reciprocates, adjusts and fit himself into the family ecosystem. And Maharaj was mentioning that it is a duty of every grahastha, it is duty of every practicing devotee, because deity worship is one of the important angas that Caitanya Mahaprabhu has spoken, to welcome deities and perform these upacharas. Because these upacharas will help us develop the 5 points that I have mentioned. Because by performing these personal services to the Lord, by performing these upacharas to the Lord, by performing these exchanges to the Lord, you feel the Lord is yours or you become his. There will be a transcendental bonding between them. I have a very clear memory that when I was in Sri Lanka before shifting to Mumbai, we have a local center there, and on a regular basis, not every day, on a regular basis, we used to visit there. And the local authority at that time used to, every time when I go there, he used to give me the opportunity to, dress Srila Prabhupada. So every day we kind of give Prabhupada, we clean him and change his dress. So every time we perform these activities, we get a personal feeling that he is our grandfather, he is our family member. We are not just dressing some idol. We are not dressing some sort of a putla, some sort of a, a formless creature. No, it's a very important part of our for transformation. So the second reflection that I want to say is that these upacharas that are being done, bathing the Lord, cleaning the Lord, performing all the procedures to the Lord, giving meticulous attention to different, upacharas, they are not just a procedure or a formality. They are meant to be done carefully, consciously, and that way our sense gratificatory propensity will be curtailed. Prabhupada says, if you have a pain or if you have the challenge of not able to control your senses, please force yourself or dovetail yourselves into a deity worship program. By performing a regular deity worship program, you will be able to, regulate, because you will have a personal, because deity worship means time. Deity worship means regulation. Deity worship means, discipline. So by that way, you will be able to, perform. So as a as a theme in this 10 shlokas, we are seeing that how the Lord is personally worshipped with so much of love and how the Lord is reciprocating. The same Lord as Gaurnida in your house, as Jagannath Baldev Subhadra in your house, as Krishna Balram in your house, as Radha Krishna in your house, they will reciprocate. And they need the more than the details of the procedure, if it is important, he also looks for the love component, which helps us in nurturing our heart, very nicely. And the third reflection, from this current context is about this Shiva Sangan program, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed so many miracles, performed so many wonderful transcendental leela. So when we participate ourselves in these transcendental activities, which are still happening, with where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's projects, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's leela is still happening. As Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj once mentioned, that if, not if, he said that on a Gaur Purnima day, he said that, we should do, he was walking on the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Marg in Mayapur. He pointed his cane towards the moon. He said that one day, a day should come that, Gaur Purnima celebration should happen even in that moon. So the idea is that the third reflection, which I want to submit here, is that this Sankirtan mission, this what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started, this whole Shiva Sangan miracle, that Shiva Sangan, whatever transformation of somebody's life from poor to rich and bringing somebody's life, so many miracles, so many wonderful scenes. That miracle, even now, even in our own current times, we will be able to see if we are part of this Sankirtan mission, which the Lord is still continuing. So miracles in our lives, it's not miracles, not in terms of like a Dongi Baba or some fake sadhus are trying to say. These miracles are transformation of our own consciousness. We will be able to see how the Lord is personally will participate in our structuring, in our in our lifestyle. So we should definitely be very attentive to this process and be the recipient of such miracles. So with this, I would like to stop here and take up any questions or comments or reflections. This Shiva Sangan program is a very wonderful program. If anybody happens to go to Mayapur, please don't miss to be there and also try to because it's a spot where the Sankirtan mission inauguration happened. So we should definitely be taking some inspiration from there to be part of the Sankirtan mission. Hare Krishna, Shri Shri Chaitanya Bhagavata ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Any questions or comments or reflections? I'll be happy to respond.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for such a beautiful, beautiful class. Very grateful to you. You are always having a very nice takeaways to at the end of the class that you summarize. I like the pastime of Sri Dama, where Nityananda goes and finds him and then he takes into the pastime, and he's called Abhiram Thakur, right, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Yeah, that pastime I really like. And also how we have to reciprocate with the deities while we are serving them. They are our family members. We have to give utmost attention to them when we are serving. It's so beautiful, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a nice class. The devotees, we will open the forum for the question and answers. If anybody having any questions, realizations, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for such a nice class. First and foremost thing about Srivas Pandit, how he was showing an exemplary character while all this was happening in his house. So he was, while participating in the Lord's pastimes, you highlighted how important it is to also
and not only just enjoy participating in the Lord's pastime, but also prove to the world, or at least be a good example to the entire world, so the world can follow. So that was very, very nice. And yes, of course, about this Abhiram Thakur and how it is important to also have goals for, for a region or an area in terms of outreach. That point I really liked. Yes, that is something that besides our own personal goals in sadhana, it is also important to have a structured method and a structured way of tracking things. So thank you for highlighting that. And of course, the pastime itself was beautiful. And the importance of having a personal relationship with the deities, yes, at the same time, having that filter of respect and treating them like deities. Thank you so much, Prabhu. What a beautiful class, and really enjoyed the class a lot. Thank you for your association. And we look forward to more and more classes from you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. This time when I went to Mayapur, that was my first visit to Mayapur, and I went to Srivasangan. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for telling us the importance of Srivasangan.
I'll tell you, some devotees in ISKCON shared this. Nowadays we have Caitanya Bhagavata. Nowadays we have so much of published content about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories. But in the earlier days, there were hardly any content in literature. So two devotees mentioned this, that whenever and wherever anybody had any questions related to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they used to go to Jayapataka Maharaj. So they used to go to him, and they said the way he describes about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, he describes as if he witnessed them, he participated them. I'm not trying to promote my Gurudev here. I just want to say that how Prabhupada told he was from the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The reason I'm saying this is we have a lot of people who have developed attachment, affinity to the details of Krishna Leela. But to develop the affinity and details and association to Gaura Leela, to understand, like for Krishna Leela, we now, because of so many associations, Brajamandal Parikrama and so many things, we know so many details. We still need to know a lot more, but we are almost enjoying the rasa. But how many of our practicing devotees are able to participate, dive deeper into Gauranga Mahaprabhu's Leela? And the reason this Caitanya Bhagavata, these scripts are very good is, they are not just superficial. They are talking about so many details, minuscule, miniature details, to help us visualize, experience those transcendental moments which our acharyas have left for us. So thanks to whatever I'm sharing, or a little shared, that it is all, at least I would definitely attribute my affinity, attachments, little connection with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is only because of my dearest Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami. I am from a very completely different upbringing, from a different family background, but then he has instilled that attachment for Gauranga and Mayapur Dham. So yes, Srivasangan, Abhiram Thakur, if you hear Gaur Leela from him, it's a different experience. He will not just say details, he will just share the emotions underlying the details, which makes it very nice. So thank you for your sharing, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yes, Prabhu, whenever we listen Chaitanya Leela from Guru Maharaj, it's always so joyful. Even though the same pastime, every time Guru Maharaj adds something extra to it, the josh that Guru Maharaj has, he will always make us feel that really the pastime is happening in front of his eyes, and we can also be seeing it. It's very nice, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah, I think Vrinda Gopika Mataji always asks you for the bhajan. I think that was the request is there in there, I think. In the chat box, if I'm not wrong, I did not read it.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, please sing one bhajan by the permission of Senior Vaishnava, please. And share your album also, Prabhuji. Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. And pray for all of us, Prabhuji. You are going Sridham Vrindavan Dham 2 to 3 times. This year we also, all Bhakti Sangha teachers and all Vaishnava will enter in Sridham Vrindavan Dham, Sisi Mayapur Dham, Sisi Jagannath Puri Dham. Please pray for all of us whenever you enter in Dham.
Hare Krishna. So if there are no questions, then I'll sing a bhajan for the pleasure of all the devotees.
Is there any more questions in the last minute, dear devotees? Any realizations, any questions once again? Okay, Prabhuji, you can sing the bhajan.
Sure. कबे हबे बोलो से दिनमा कबे हबे बोलो से दिनमा अपराधा गुची सुधना में रुचि कृपा बोले कबे हृदय संचार ऋणाधिकाहीना कबे निजे मानी सहिष्णुता गुणा हृदय ते आनी सकले मनादा आपनी अमानी होय स्वादिबो नाम रस सार धन जनारा कवित सुंदरी बोली बोना चाही देहो सुखकारी जन्म जन्म दाओ ओहे गौरा हरि आहै तुकी भक्ति चरणे तो मार पूरिते श्री कृष्ण नाम उच्चारणा पुलकित देहो गदगद बचना वैवर्ण्य बेपदो हबे संगठना निरंतर नेत्रे बबे अश्रुधार कबे नवद्वीपे सुरधुनि ताटे गौर नित्यानंदा बोली निष्कपटे नाचिया गाइया बेराई बोचुटे बातुलेर प्रायचर्या विचार कबे नित्यानंदा मोरे कोरिदोया चाराई बे मोरा विषयेर माया दिया मोरे निजा चरणे रचाया नामे रहते ते दिबे अधिकार इनी भोलुटी बो हरि नाम रसा नाम रसमाति होई बो विवशा रासेर रसिका चरण परशा कोरिया मोझी बोरसे अणी बार कबे जिबे दोया होई बेहुदोया निज सुख भूली सुदीन हृदया भक्ति विनोदा कोरिया विनोया श्री आज्ञातहाल कोरिबे प्रचार हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. When, oh, when will that day be mine? When will you give me your blessings? Erase all my offenses and give my heart a taste for chanting the holy name in purity. When will I taste the essence of the holy name, feeling myself to be lower than the grass, my heart filled with tolerance? When will I give respect to all others and be free from desire for respect from them? When will I cry out that I have no longer any desire for wealth and followers, poetry and beautiful women, all of which are meant for just for bodily pleasure? O Gaura Hari, give me costless devotional service to your lotus feet birth after birth. When will my body be covered with goosebumps and my voice broken with emotion as I pronounce Krishna's name? When will my body change color and my eyes flow with endless tears as I chant? When will I give up all thought of the world and society to run like a madman along the banks of Ganges in Navadvipa, singing and dancing and sincerely calling out the names of Gaura and Nityananda? When will Nityananda Prabhu be merciful to me and deliver me from the enchantment of the sense objects? When will he give me the shade of his lotus feet and the right to enter the marketplace of the holy name? When will I buy, borrow, or steal the ecstasies of the holy name? When will I lose myself in the intoxication of the holy name? When will I immerse myself in the nectar of the holy name after grasping the feet of a saint who constantly relishes the flavors of devotion? When will I feel compassion for all the living beings? When will I forget my own pleasure and genuine humility? And when will I, Bhakti Vinoda, meekly go from door to door preaching your message of love? Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for such a nice bhajan.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam for your services.
Thank you for the nice class, always. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, for such a wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, we can close the call here. I would like to offer my obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas assembled on the call. Vancha kalpatarupyasya kripa sindhu patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Praise Ramgiridhari Prabhuji ki jai.